Dear learner, I welcome you all to the MOOC on Principles of Electrical Sciences. I am Dr. Sanjay Agarwal, Associate Professor in Electrical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Dear learner, in previous session we have discussed service mains, single phase distribution system, house wiring circuits, methods of wiring and various circuit diagram like one lamp, one fan and one socket outlet controlled by individual switches. Then we have discussed staircase wiring circuit and bedroom lighting circuit. In this particular session we would discuss types of the wire, cables. So first of all we are going to discuss types of wire and cables. So as you know, the wire and cables can be classified as on the basis of conductor material used, and on the basis of the number of cores used, and on the basis of the voltage grading and type of insulation. If we are talking about how this wire and cables can be classified on the basis of the conductor material used, so it can be classified as copper conductor and aluminum conductor. If we want to classify wire and cables on the basis of the number of cores used, so it can be classified as single core, twin core, 3 core, 2 core with ECC, that is a earth continuity conductor. And if we want to classify this wire and cables on the basis of the voltage grading, then it can be classified as 240/440 volt cable or wire. It can also be classified as 650/1100 volt. Now we are going to classify this wire and cables on the basis of the type of insulation. So it can be classified as vulcanized iron rubber, that is called VIR, then TRS, that is tough rubber sheath, then PVC, that is a polyvinyl chloride, then XLPE. The XLPE means what? Cross-linked polythene. Then it can also be classified as load sheathal cable, weather-proof cable and multi-stored cable. So this is how you can classify the wire and cable on the basis of the conductor material used, number of core used, voltage rating and type of insulation. Now we have to understand what is the basic difference between wire and cables. So wire and cable are the terms that are frequently used in the electrical and communication field, but people tend to get confused about both the terms as they look similar but actually are quite different. Here we will be giving you a brief description of the difference between wires and cables. The basic key difference between wire and cable is that a wire is a single conductor, whereas a cable is a group of conductors. Although these conductors are made of common material, which is made of the copper or aluminum, usually the wire are bare and are twisted, but some of the wire are coated with thin PVC layer, and in case of a cable they run parallelly and are twisted or bonded together to form a single case. For the safety purpose, an inner and outer sheath is made. Now just we are going to highlight what is a wire and cable. A wire is measured by diameter. According to the diameter of the wire, it will be measured by a gauge number. The smaller the gauge number, the thicker the wire. The perfect gauge that is used in residential application is 10 and 20. But do keep in mind that a big wire carry more current and can damage household appliances by burning of the fuse. A wire is used to carry electricity, to wear the mechanical loads, to transmit telecommunication signals, for heating jewelry, clothing, automotive or any industrial manufactured parts like pins, bulbs and needles. Now we are going to discuss what is a cable basically. A cable contains a hot wire carrying the current, a neutral wire to complete the loop and a grounding wire as well. A cable is classified by the total number of wire it is made up made up and their gauge. A cable is used for power transmission, for telecommunication signal or to carry electricity. Now we are going to discuss in detail about the wire. So if we are talking about the wire, following points should be considered to make correct choice of the wire. What is the first point that you have to keep in your mind? That is size of wire. Each application requires a certain wire size for installation, and the right size for a specific application is determined by the wire gauge. Sizing of wire is done by American wire gauge system. Common wire sizes are 10, 12 and 14. A higher number means a smaller wire size and affects the amount of power it can carry. For example, a low voltage lamp cord with 10 ampere will require 18 gauge wire, while service panel for sub panel with 100 amperes will require 2 gauge wire. So here you can notice that 2 gauge wire can carry the more ampere of current, which is equivalent to 100 ampere. And if the size of the wire, that is a size of the wire in terms of gauge, that is 18 gauge, so that means gauge is more, so it carries the less current. That means 18 gauge wire carries the 10 ampere current. Now we are going to discuss the wire lettering. The letters THHN, THWN, THW and XHHN represents the main insulation types of the individual wire. These letters depict the following National Electric Code requirements, where this T stands for thermoplastic insulation, H stands for heat resistance, HH stands for high heat resistance up to 194 degree Fahrenheit, W stands for suitable for the wet location, N stands for nylon coating resistant to damage by oil or gas, and this X represents synthetic polymer that is flame resistant. The third point that we are going to discuss, that is a type of wire. So there are mainly 5 types of the wire. First one is triplex wire. The triplex wire usually used in single phase service drop conductors between the power poles and weather heads. They are composed of 2 insulated aluminum wire wrapped with a third wire which is used as a common neutral. The neutral is usually of a smaller gauge and grounded at both the electric meter and the transformer. Second type of wire is main feeder wire. So what is a main feeder wire? Main power feeder wire are the wire that connects the service weather head to the house. They are made with the standard or solid THHN wire, and the cable installed is 25% more than the load required. The third type of wire is panel feed wires. The panel feed cables are generally black insulated THHN wire. These are used to power the main junction box and the circuit breaker panels, just like main power feeder wire. The cable should be rated for 25% more than the actual load. Fourth type of wire that we are going to discuss, that is called non-metallic sheathed wire. Non-metallic sheath wire or Romex is used in most homes and has 2 to 3 conductor, each with plastic insulation and a wear ground wire. The individual wire are covered with another layer of non-metallic sheathing. Since it is relatively cheaper and available since it is relatively cheaper and it has rating for 15, 20 and 20 ampere. This type is preferred for in-house wiring. Next type of wire that we are going to discuss, that is called single strand wire. Single strand wire also uses THHN wire, though there are other variants. Each wire is separate and multiple wire can be drawn together through a pipe easily. Single stranded wire are the most popular choice for the layouts that uses pipe to contain wires. Now we are going to discuss the color codes. Different color wire serve different purpose, like black wire. So this black wire serve as a hot wire for the switches or outlet. This red color purpose, the wire, it is used for the hot wire for the switch legs, also for connecting wire between two hard wire smoke detector. Now we are going to discuss the color code blue and yellow. This is used for the hot wire pulled in conduit, blue for 3 to 4 way switch application and yellow for switch legs to control fan, lights, etc. Now next color, that is white. It is the white color wire is always used for the neutral wire. Next color that we are going to discuss, that is green and bare copper. This green and bare copper wire are always used only for grounding. Now we are going to discuss wire gauge, ampacity and wattage load. To determine the correct wire, it is important to understand what ampacity and the wattage a wire can carry per gauge. Wire gauge is the size of the wire. Ampacity is how much electricity can flow through the wire. And wattage is the load a wire can take, which is always mentioned on the appliances. Now we are going to discuss about the electrical cable. Electrical cable essentially consists of one or more conductor covered with the suitable insulation and surrounded by a protecting cover. Although several types of the cable are present, the type of cable to be used will depend upon the working voltage and service requirement. In general, a cable must fulfill the following requirement. And what are those requirements? First one is, the conductor used in a cable should be tinned, stranded, copper or aluminum of high conductivity. Stranding is done so that conductor may become flexible and carry more current. Second requirement is what? The conductor size should be such that cable carries the desired load current without overheating and causes voltage drop within a permissible limit. And third requirement is what? The cable must have proper thickness of the insulation in order to give high degree of safety and reliability at the voltage for which it is designed. The fourth requirement for the cable is what? The cable must be provided with suitable mechanical protection so that it may withstand the rough use in the laying it. The last requirement for the cable is what? The material used in the manufacture of the cable should be such that there is a complete chemical and physical stability throughout. Now we are going to discuss type of the electrical cables. There are more than 20 different type of cables are used, and it is designed for the application ranging from transmission to heavy industrial use. Some of the most commonly used one include non-metallic sheathed cable. These cables are also known as non-metallic building wire. They feature a flexible plastic jacket with 2 or 4 wire and a bare wire of grounding. Non-metallic sheath cable are the most common form of the indoor residential cable. Next cable that we are going to discuss, that is called underground feeder cable. These cables are quite similar to the non-metallic cable, but instead of each wire being individually wrapped in thermoplastic, wires are grouped together and embedded in the flexible material. These cables are present in a variety of the gauge sizes. UF cables are often used for underground lighting in ground application. Their high water resistance make them ideal for damp areas like garden as well as open to air lamps, pumps, etc. Next type of cable that we are going to discuss here, that is called metallic sheathed cable. Metallic sheath cable, also known as armored or BX cable. Metal sheath cable are often used to supply mains electricity or for large appliances. They feature three plain stranded copper wire that are insulated with cross-linked polythene, PVC wedding, and a black PVC sheathing. BX cable with steel wire sheathing are often used for outdoor application and high stress insulations. Next type of cable is multi-conductor cable. This is a cable type that is commonly used in homes. Since it is simple to use and well insulated, multi-conductor or multi-core cables feature more than one conductor, each of which is insulated individually. In addition, an outer insulation layer is added for extra security. Different varieties are used in industries like the audio multi-core, that is called snake cable, which is used in the music industry also. Next type of cable is coaxial cable. A coaxial cable features a tubular insulating layer that protects an inner conductor which is further surrounded by tubular conducting shield, and might also feature an outer sheet for extra insulation. This is called coaxial. Why it is called coaxial cable? Since the two inner shields share the same geometric axis, these cables are normally used for carrying television signals and connecting video equipment. Next type of cable, that is called unshielded twisted pair cable. Like the name suggests, this type consists of two wires that are twisted together. The individual wires are not insulated, which makes this cable perfect for signal transmission and video applications. Since they are more affordable than coaxial or optical fiber cable, UTP cable are often used in telephones, security cameras, and data network. For indoor use, unshielded twisted pair cables with copper wire or solid copper cores are a popular choice, since they are flexible and can be easily bent for in-wall installation. Next type of cable is ribbon cable. So ribbon cable are often used in computer and peripherals with various conducting wire that run parallel to each other on a flat plane, leading to a visual resemblance to a flat ribbons. These cables are quite flexible and can only handle low voltage applications. Next type of cable is direct buried cable. Direct buried cable, also known as DBCs. These cables are specially designed coaxial or bundled fiber optic cables which do not require any added sheathing, insulation or piping before being buried underground. They feature a heavy metal core with many layers of banded metal sheathing, heavy rubber covering, shock absorbing gel, and waterproof thread, 4-fitted tape. High tolerance to temperature changes, moisture, and other environmental factor makes them a popular choice of transmission or communication requirement. Next type of cable is twin lead cable. These are flat two-wire cables that are used for transmission between an antenna and receiver like TV and radio. Another type of cable that we are discussing here, that is called twin axial cable. Twin axial cable is a variant of coaxial cable which features two inner conductor instead of one and is used for very short range high speed signal. Next type of cable is called paired cable. With two individually insulated conductor, this cable is normally used in DC or low frequency application. Next cable is twisted pair. Twisted pair cable is similar to the paired cable, but the inner insulated wire are twisted or intertwined. Now we are going to discuss about the cable construction. So as you can see in the figure, the cable has a different part. First is a conductor, second is a paper insulation, then you can see the lead sheet, then bedding, then armoring, then serving. So one by one we will discuss about the construction of the cable. So first of all we are going to discuss the conductor. Usually standard copper or aluminum is used as a conductor, and you know copper is denser and heavier but more conductive than aluminum. Electrically equivalent aluminum conductor have cross-sectional area approximately 1.6 times larger than the copper but half the weight. The size of the copper or aluminum conductor forming one of the core of a cable is expressed in square millimeter, and the current rating of the cable is dependent upon the cross-sectional area of each core. Now we are going to discuss about the insulation. The main purpose of insulation is to withstand the electrical field applied to the cable for its design life in its intended installed environment. This will be an extruded layer of XLP, elastomer, rubber or PVC applied over conductor screen under triple extrusion process along with the conductor screen and insulation screen. It has high insulation resistance to avoid leakage of current. It has high dielectric strength to minimize capacitance between the conductor and between the each conductor and the metallic sheath. It has high good mechanical strength also. Now we are going to discuss about the outer sheath of the cable. A thermoplastic sheath cable consists of toughened outer sheath of polyvinyl chloride, that is PVC, thermoplastic, covering one or more individual annealed copper conductor, themselves insulated with the PVC. This type of wiring is commonly used for the residential and light commercial construction in many countries. Outer sheath protects the inner construction of the conductor and insulator from the external influences. Outer sheath blocks the electromagnetic field from going out or coming in. Now we are going to discuss the bedding. It could be also called inner sheath or inner jacket, which serves as a bedding under cable, armoring to protect the laid up cores, and as a separation sheath. Inner sheath is made of the cotton or paper. It gives circular shape of the cable and it also provides bedding for armoring. Bedding provides cushioning effect to protect sheath and insulation from any sudden mechanical pressure during handling of cable. Next that we are going to discuss, that is called armor. Over the bedding, armoring is provided, which consists of one or two layer of galvanized steel wire or steel tape. The armor provides mechanical protection against crushing forces. Armor also can serve as an earth continuity conductor. To make armoring, galvanized steel wire which is cross-linked to make a net is used. Armor protects the cable from breakdown when the cable is twisted or folded during laying out process. Next that we are going to discuss under the construction of the cable, that is called serving. In order to protect armoring from atmosphere condition, a layer of fibers material like into similar to bedding is provided over armoring. It is outermost cover made from mostly PVC having following quality. And what are those quality? Serving have high mechanical strength, it have good flexibility, serving is less affected by temperature variation. Now we are going to discuss the classification of the cable. So classification of the cable can be done on the basis of the number of conductor, it can be done on the basis of the voltage rating, it can also be done on the basis of the construction. So if we are classify the cable on the basis of the number of conductors, so it can be classified as single core, 2 core, 3 core, 3.5 core and 4 core cable. If we are classified cable on the basis of the voltage rating, so it can be classified as low voltage cable. So low voltage cable are which operates on 230 volt, 440 volt or up to 1 kilovolt. Then another type of cable on the basis of voltage rating, that is called high tension cable. So high tension cable can be used up to 11 kV volt, or you can say 11,000 volt. Then super tension cables can be used from 22 kV to 33 kV. Then extra high tension cable can be used from 33 kV to 66 kV. Then extra super voltage cable can be used beyond 130 kV. Now cable can also be classified on the basis of the construction. It can be classified as belted cable, which is used up to 11 kV. Then it is also called screened cable, which is used from 22 kV to 66 kV. Then third cable, which is classified on the basis of construction, is called pressure cable, which can be used beyond 66 kV. So dear learner, in today's session we discuss types of wire, cables and difference between wire and cable, construction of the cable and classification of the cable. Hope you were able to learn all the concept. In the next session we would discuss component of LT switch gear. We will also discuss different type of fuses, MCB, that is miniature circuit breaker, ELCB, that is called earth leakage circuit breaker, and MCCB, that is called molded case circuit breaker. Thank you very much.